Hello everyone. So I have started my Pega personal edition instance. So I will be logging in. So last day we created a operator admin at the rate TGB and the password was rules. This was an administrator operator ID which will log in directly to Dev Studio. So today we will be creating our very first case type, and it's child case type. So the name of the case type is very famous, onboarding and benefits enrollment. So I'm referencing this Pega 7.2 exercise guide in order to create a benefits enrollment. Mm. So from case design exercises, this creation of benefits enrollment started. Before that, the exercise includes stuff which has to be done in App Studio, which is now like okay, it is App Studio only. Earlier, it used to be Pega Express. Okay, so we will refer this book, System Architect Exercise Guide 7.2. So here it says that we have a scenario where we have to create onboarding and benefits enrollment case type. So TGB is the name of the organization, and it first demonstrates you the scenario, and then our assignment is to create the case type. So without reading all these stuff, I'll just look at the picture here and then create case type according to this. Create case life cycle according to this picture. So the first one is for onboarding, and the second is for benefits enrollment. So I will quickly go back to my Dev Studio. Here, as I can see that there is no case types. So we will be creating one case type, and the name of the case type will be onboarding, obviously. And let's check for advanced setting. It will be created under TGB HR apps work, so which is a right class. Like all the case types should be inherited, should be under this work class. So click on submit. Until unless you want to derive, you want to use some of the rules for a child case type, then you can inherit from another case type as well. But that is a very rare scenario, and then we rarely do that thing. So generally all the case type will be in work class. So that's what I have chosen here. I have chosen. Okay, yeah. Meanwhile, I can just check that the first stage is pre-arrival setup, the second stage is equipment selection, and the third stage is benefits enrollment. As you can see that the third stage is the final stage for this onboarding case type, and benefits enrollment is a child case of onboarding case type. So in the last stage, when these two stages of onboarding has been completed, then a child case, benefits enrollment child case, will be created. So let's switch back and check whether okay, the case is still creating. Okay, so Pega 8 has this feature like in Pega earlier version of Pega, what in earlier version of Pega, we used to have only this final stage, but now Pega has given this functionality where we can capture all the details in the very initial stage, which is create stage. But we don't need this stage here. Like as you can see that we don't have any initial stage. The initial stage is the first stage is pre-arrival stage, which is just a normal stage. So what's the difference between normal stage and initial stage? So in initial stage, we have this forms. So like if we add another assignment, another step to this create process, then it will just collect information from the user, and the case will not be created until and the create stage has been completed. And when the case moves from this initial stage to normal stage, then only the case will be created. So as of now we don't need this, so I'll try to remove this in create stage. To remove this, we can just simply delete the step, delete the process associated with it, and then I guess we cannot delete this. So first of all, after deletion, I will save this, and then I will open the case rule, case type rule. The name of case type rule for all case is py default. Yeah, it is py default. And I'll go to the stages tab, initialization stages, the create stage, and I just simply backspace and then try to save this. And yeah, so my initialization stage is now gone, and then we only have primary and alternate stages option. So I'll save the case. I will close this py default, and I will refresh this, and then yeah, as you can see that we don't have any stage in workflow. So I will quickly add a workflow case lifecycle. Like Pega comes up with new terms every iteration of Pega versions. I don't know why, but can't help much. Pre-arrival setup, first stage, and then second stage is equipment selection. Equipment selection, and the third stage is benefits enrollment. Benefits enrollment. Okay, so as you can see that in diagram we have this kind of arrow. So this signifies that when the pre-arrival stage, when all the process of pre-arrival setup has been completed, then the case will automatically move to the equipment selection stage. So I'll select this pre-arrival setup stage, then automatically move to next stage. Select this, automatically move to next stage, and then I don't know why. Okay, and then resolve the case, save it. Then I will quickly add the process, collect employee information, and the process name is create employee record. Okay, so collect employee information. I will use alt plus tab in order to just switch my window quickly. Otherwise I will just keep on looking which particular window is for Pega platform. Okay, so my first step was, let me check back, it's collect employee information. So collect employee information. Okay, and then I will change the name, sorry, for process create employee record. So this is the first process of pre-arrival setup stage. Second process name is send welcome packet. So add process, new process, and since this is not a parallel process, send welcome packet. Identify home office, select orientation plan. Identify home office, select orientation plan, and send welcome packet. This is send email smart shape. So I'll click on step more, and then we have to select utilities, or these are now called automations. So we must be having something related to send email. Yeah, here it is. Okay, okay, I have selected it. Now I have to just select it from here. Okay, send welcome packet. So the name of the step will be send welcome packet. Okay, so my first stage is completed. Now I will quickly add facilities setup and IT setup, and these two processes are parallel process. So facilities. Okay, first I need to add something in assignment. Select sitting location. Select sitting location. Select office equipment. Then approve facility setup. So this is approve reject. The name of the step is approve facilities setup. Okay. Approve facilities setup. Have you noticed or not, when I added this approve reject step, then an alternate stage named approval rejection got created. So Pega does this automatically, and since equipment selection and IT setup, facility setup and IT setup, they both are parallel process. Equipment setup, this will be facilities setup, and then I will be adding a parallel process, my new process, and then this will be named as IT setup. The first step will be select hardware, select software, select hardware, select software, and then approve reject, approve IT setup, approve IT setup. So my second stage creation is completed. Now we have create case automation step added here. Select benefits. So more automation, create case, select it. The name of the step is select benefits. Select benefits. The process name is benefits enrollment only. And then I have to select which particular case has to be created when the case reaches this benefits enrollment stage. So I have to create a child case, and since benefits enrollment has not been created yet, so I will select this create new case type, Case type name will be benefits enrollment. Let me, okay, I don't know why I was just rendering space. Benefits enrollment here, and the spelling looks okay. Create, and I don't have to select this since I'm not creating multiple cases of benefits enrollment. I'll just click on save. So my benefits enrollment child case of onboarding case type has been created, but since this application explorer is stale, so I have to refresh the case type, and then yes, here it is, benefits enrollment, just added within onboarding case type. And again, Pega creates this initialization stage. Now you know how to delete it. Delete step process, and then in order to delete stage, open case type rule, go to stage, select this, backspace, save it. Initialization stage is now gone. And then from here we can also create stages for benefits enrollment. So first stage is covered parties. So let's try covered parties, and then what's the another stage? It's insurance selection. Insurance selection or selection? Okay, selection. And then review selections. Review selections. Okay, so these three stages has been created, and since the last stage is okay, it's not set as the last stage, so I will leave it as it is. And see, for all these stages we have this automatically move to next stage option automatically selected, so automatically move to next stage. But yeah, since we don't have any stage after review selection, so the case will be resolved. But it will be better if I just resolve the case here only, and then delete open assignments. No, I don't want to delete it. Let's save. Let's close this. Like maybe this was confusing because if you have not created stage from a case type rule, so better just use the case life cycle view. Okay, so these three stages has been created. Now I will quickly add uh, confirm employee, and I don't know what's here. So let's check what's written. What's the name of the step they first created? These three. Okay, confirm employee details. I'll just copy this and paste it here. And let's get back. Identify dependents. Identify dependents. The first stage is completed. Select participants. Select participants. Now we have next stage. Select medical coverage. Select dental coverage. Select medical coverage. I'll just copy this. Select paste. Just edit lazy. person I am, and that's why I do this. But I don't know how much time I saved, or just rather I invested more time in doing this copy paste. I don't know. And I have to change the name of this uh, process. Select insurance plan. Select insurance plan. Review selections. Last uh, stage is easy. Simple name, same name for the stage, process, and assignment step. Okay, so I'll click on save, and my these two case types are ready. So uh, it was an easy exercise. Now uh, here, and after they have created everything, they will first the test they will test the application. They will try to skip the create view when creating on onboarding case. So I'll try to first run this, and then let's check that whether we have done it right or wrong. So the new window appears, new tab or window, I don't know what I can say. Okay, so this is the first step, pre-arrival setup, and then collect employee information. Advance this, since we have not configured views or sections for these steps, so we don't have anything. And then it's saying that the select orientation plan step in onboarding case type does not yet have a view defined. And I know this, but since the case is in draft mode, so it is allowing me to test the application. um, uh, okay, and I approve this, and then mm, okay, we are in equipment selection, get next. There is no stages, but still we are left with um, I guess something. So I'll try to refresh this, but thank the case has been routed for approval, but it has been routed to whom? I don't know. And this is a strange behavior. And as you can see, the case ID has not been created yet. So I'll just close this case. I'll check on the settings for onboarding, and I'll look for create menu screen, create screen. This comes in general tab, and for this onboarding we have the skip create view when users create a new case. It's already selected, and also the temporary case, create temporary case, that is not saved until a persist case step is reached. So this was selected, so I will uncheck this, show in new menu. Okay, yes, I want it to be shown in this a new menu, so I will leave that setting as it is, and I believe that's okay. I'll save this, and then I'll try to run the case again, case type again, sorry. Whenever you run a case type, a case is created, and then this time since the temporary object setting was not selected, so our case got created. So first step, next, advance, advance, we have then, okay, we are in equipment selection, select hardware. So I believe that we are in this parallel IT setup stage, IT setup process. Then after we are done with this, since a facility setup is already present, we have to process, we have to like process this process. Okay, that's what I can say. Advance this case, select software. So yeah, it is still in, and I will approve. And then yeah, select seating location, and this is for facility setup. I will advance the case, advance this case, and then again approval. And then once it is approved, the case has been resolved, completed, but we must have a benefit enrollment case created for this onboarding case. Let's check. Okay, we have this email. I don't know why this benefits enrollment case has not been created for the onboarding case, and the case got resolved, completed. This is strange. Let's check the setting once again. Select benefits. This is create case smart shape, create case automation step. Smart shape utility, I don't know like how many name Pega system will give. Okay, create child case, benefits enrollment, and create multiple case using a list. No, I don't want it. And I tried saving it. Let's check the settings for benefits enrollment, and then create temporary case. Oh, come on. No, create, skip create view. Yeah, I want to skip. I don't want it to be shown because every time a benefit enrollment case, like benefit enrollment cannot exist without an employee has been onboarded into the company. So whenever onboarding of an employee will happen in TGB, then only this onboarding case type will run. And once the employee has been onboarded, then only the enrollment of benefits for that particular employee has to be done. So yeah, and there is no point of creation of a benefits enrollment case if the onboarding case is not created. So that's why I'm just restricting my application to just show the option of onboarding and not a benefits enrollment. So I have unchecked this, and then I'll save it. I'll go back to onboarding, and then I'll save and run again. As you can see that 8, so we have 8 settings that we have not created, and still Pega is allowing me to test my application. And thanks to draft mode that Pega has, prove, and then facility setup process, advance this case, approved, and then benefits enrollment case will be created. Yeah, so this is B1 as you can see, and then just advance this case, identify dependent, select medical coverage, just advance everything. And review selection, advance, and then yeah, so this benefits enrollment case has been resolved, completed. Let's go back and check yeah, and so the and so uh, the status of onboarding has been set to resolve, completed. So once the child case is resolved, completed, then only the parent case will be resolved, completed. That's how the case relationship between parent case and child case. Yes. So yeah, so our first exercise from this book has been completed. Now proceeding with the next exercise, we have data model design. So this is the business scenario. Obviously, like business scenario is all about stories, and like this is what your assignment section part truly demonstrate that what we have to do in order to achieve the in order to complete the exercise successfully. Okay, yeah, but it's better to read the business scenario as well, but I'll skip it obviously because I have created it so many times, not so many times, truly speaking, only 4 or 5 times. This is the fifth time, and I am creating this onboarding case type after so many years. So, yeah, it's kind of new for me as well. Okay, so your assignment. My assignment is to first create data elements required by onboarding and benefits enrollment case types. Okay, data element which is required by onboarding and benefits enrollment case types. To do this, create the following properties for the onboarding case type only. Remote, which will be true false, means boolean uh, type of the property, and office, which will be of text type, and the following properties to the employee data type. Okay, so first focus on creation of these two properties in onboarding case type only. Since they have clearly mentioned that they want these two properties to be created in case type, so I will go to onboarding case type. I'll go to this data model, and then I will create two properties or field. The first field is remote, which is of boolean type. Remote, change the type as boolean, and I will submit and add another one is office, which is of text type, and then I'll submit. So I have successfully created these two properties in onboarding case type. So these two properties has been created within case type itself. Like it has not been created within any data type. These two properties are created within onboarding case type. So the name of the class of these two properties will be same as the class of the case type. So as we can see that the class of case type is a TGB HR apps work onboarding, and then within this work class we have these two properties added, office and remote. So let's check the class for this office, and we'll get to know that it resides in TGB HR apps work onboarding this class. So I'll close this, and then let's get back to what we have to do next. Add the following properties to the employee data type: contractor, manager, and start date. Okay, so if you will read the detailed step, then you will get to know that we in the instance earlier when Pega 7.2 was there, Pega systems they used to have online instance where a lot of configurations was already done, and then any student anyone who is learning Pega has to just use that already half built instance, and then follow the words that has been written in these steps in order to complete the onboarding and benefits enrollment case type. So uh, we already had employee data type created, but since this is Pega personal edition, I don't have any employee data type. So I will quickly add a data type and I will name it employee. Advanced data type should be added in data class tgb hr apps data, and then submit. You will see, yeah, this is it. So earlier we only had first name, last name, and email, uh, but and these three properties has been created in tgb hr apps data employee. So that's why we will also create these three properties here. So the first property name was first name, text single line, last name. Okay, there is no second name. Last name single line, and then third field name is email, and this is of email type. Submit. And now within exercise they were asking to create a contractor, manager, and start date. Contractor is a boolean type. Contractor, um, boolean. Submit another, manager, single line text, and then we have start date, which is a date property. Start date, and this is a date only property, not date and time. So yeah, I'll submit it and my data type is ready. Now we have to create a dependence page list and dependent data type for the benefits enrollment case. So we have to create a dependence page list and then dependent data type for benefits enrollment case. So for benefits enrollment case, we have to create dependent data type, but a data type is irrespective of any case. So I will create a data type which is named as dependent, yeah, and then let's check, the parent class is tgb hr apps data. Click on submit. Let's check what we have to add in dependent data type. Create the relationship property for dependent data type with two allowed values. So we have to create a pick list property which is named as relationship within dependent data type. So add field relationship. My spelling is pathetic. My typing is more pathetic, and it is also because I'm conscious about recording. Pick list. What a lame excuse that I'm giving. As spouse, partner, I'll just copy and paste it instead of writing on my own. And then child. I look foolish when I will copy child and paste it here. So yeah, my relationship property has been created in dependent data type. Now update the dependent data type to inherit data elements from standard class data party. Okay, so I have to update the class inheritance for this data dependent data type. So in order to change the class inheritance, we need to go to class rule. So this is my class tgb hr apps data dependent, uh, open class record. So yeah, this is the class record for hr apps data dependent class, and then here we have to just change the inheritance to data party. So data party is a class which is created by Pega platform. So I will just inherit the dependent class from data party. So data party class has a lot of things that we can reuse, and that's why instead of creating those like a data party, you can check data party that we have lots and lots of properties already created. So instead of creating those properties in a dependent class again, what we can do is that we can just inherit a dependent data class from data party, and then use these already created properties as in our application. Okay. So let's get back to the assignment checklist. So we are done with this step. We are done with this step. Okay, create dependence page list. We did not completed this. So page list, we have to create page list in benefits enrollment. Okay, so see, this data type is something which is irrespective of case types. So that's why I created dependent and data types section. But in order to create page list, we need to create that within work class. Okay, so page list is also a property, but the type of property is page list. And whenever we talk about page, we have to mention the data type, about data type or the data class according to which the page will be created. So I will go back to TGB. Okay, HR apps and then work. I have this benefits enrollment. So okay, instead of creating the page list property from here, I can use the data model, and then the data model tab of this case type, add field. The name of the field will be dependence. uh, Dependence. The type will be, the type will be earlier we used to get a field group and then field group list, but now we have this user reference, case reference. Obviously it is not user reference, not case reference, neither data reference. Like there is very subtle differences between data reference, embedded data and query. But I'll first instead of explaining that, I'll quickly select this embedded data. The moment I'll select this, it will ask me that the data object, like the data type. uh, so I will click dependent, and then since it is page list, I will select this list of records. And yeah, almost done with creation of dependence page list. So dependence, since we have to create page, we have to use embedded data. Since the dependence is a page list property, so we have to define, we have to give the data object, the data class. So the my page will be of a type dependent, and since this is page list, so I will select this list of records option. So I'll click on submit. Now I am done with this exercise. Now how to test this? Let's check how they have tested this. Is there anything? Okay, no. They completed the exercise and then the exercise is done. Setting property values automatically. So this is where declare expression comes. So instead of starting this exercise or assignment today, I'll just pause here, and then we will do this next day. So hopefully you learned something. I don't know how much you have learned, but I believe that while creating this project, what Pega developers do when they learn is that they create very small project, and it's easy. Like, I don't know, it's obviously not easy, uh, but yeah, if you just complete small projects, small POCs, then it's surely not enough. But if you will create a case type like onboarding when you are learning Pega, then I believe that it is a huge thing, because creation of a case type which is of size of onboarding is quite an achievement in itself. So hopefully, like, obviously until yet, I don't believe that you have learned much. In today's video, we have covered the creation of onboarding and benefits enrollment case type, and then we have created the employee data type and then dependent data type. We added six field and employee data type, and then added a dependent no relationship property in benefits enrollment in dependent data type, and then we have created a page list property in benefits enrollment uh, case type. So that's it for today's videos, and for today's video, and then we will cover the setting property values automatically, which is declare expression, this assignment next day. So yeah, thank you everyone, thanks for watching, and see you in next video. Peace. Again, I don't know why it didn't work. It's not. Yeah. Okay, yeah, peace, bye bye.